Welcome to the roundtable Plug and Play Domotics for All. I'm Stefan Junestrand, and I'm the head of the portal casadomo.com, devoted to domotics for the last 10 years. It's the third time that we cooperate with the DRT for All conference to promote the conference, and it's always a pleasure. And I would like to thank the Fundación Once team for this cooperation and for the success of all the editions of the conference. I'm going to give you some basic notions about domotics. Then we will have presentations of by representatives of domotics and DRT companies. In order to define the concept, domotics is the automation, the centralized control, or remote control that is within the or without the building of all electric and electrotechnical systems of the house. Systems can be different. It is to increase comfort, increase safety and security, and also save energy. Domotics have improved people's lives for 10, 20 years. But it is true that domotics designed with accessibility and universal access for people which can benefit people, elderly people, and also the disabled, can offer things like a wealthy life, a richer life, and also very autonomous life. Domotic solutions, as we have seen and as Enrique has mentioned this morning, there are very many complex domotic solutions controlling all the facilities of the home, but there are other domotic solutions that can be a single element providing added value solutions for the user. In a domotic system, to have just a reference point, we can say that there are 5 basic systems. Some of the speakers don't like this notion, but we're talking about the smart, the intelligent part of the system. Then we have actuators, that is the devices that raise or lower a blind or turn off or on a light, and everything that conveys commands to a computer, to the whole system. Then we have the bus. The bus is a technical notion which conveys the information between all those modules scattered around the home. It can be a cable solution, a wireless solution, or another technology. And maybe the most important part is the interface. How do we perceive, how can we control the system? The first speaker is Miguel Villaplana, Commercial Director of Delta Door, who is going to talk about radio domotics system.
Intro. Perfecto. Sí. Sí, hola, buenas tardes.
Well, good afternoon.
Esperar. Bueno, ya volvemos a tener aquí la presentación.
The presentation is here. These are the goals, is to define domotics according to Delta Doro. I would like to tell you a little bit about our range of products. First of all, I would like to introduce the company for those of you who do not know it. Our company is a French corporation. It was created in 1975, and it has commercial offices in Spain, Germany, and more recently in Poland. The production and R&D is carried out in France. We also have relations with Portugal and with some Latin American countries. Our activity is basically historically been thermal, energy management, temperature control, and Delta Door is also integrated these applications, as you can see at the bottom, into manufacturers, particularly in the heating systems, electronics fields, integrating the communication protocol, electric heating systems, and also heating bodies like Ferrari, Juncker, and other brands, wireless controls of those systems, heating systems, basically. How do we describe domotics? It's equipment of buildings and homes. Particularly, we work in the residential, in small residential tertiary sector. That is, we do not work basically for large buildings, although in France we are now starting to work in larger buildings, not so in Spain. Integrating systems on a thermal basis. Recently we have included the safety and security of goods and people, automation systems in order to integrate the whole domotics management. This is the communication element that relates or that puts together all the different systems. With the different systems, we have the dialing system, the bus, wireless systems. We have ended up with this X2D protocol, particularly for wireless communication, radio frequency communication, and also signals conveyed through the electric network and also infrared. So we have radio frequency, CPL, that is through the 220 volt electrical supply network. The idea is to have decentralized systems that can be managed with a central control element, but that's in a decentralized fashion. They can work in evolutionary way, that is, that can be expanded at any point in time. We have control systems. We talk about the emitting point and the receiving point, that is issuers and receivers. Actuators were mentioned earlier. It's the same notion. It acts on a particular element, and we have a completely mobile device by a sofa. You can have them integrated into the electrical supply network. You have dialing systems that integrated into different brands that are present on the market. As long as we have a 45 by 45 centimeter concept, which is exactly our own standard, manufacturing standard. These actuators or receivers can be plug and play. They can be connected, wall mounted. They can be put on electrical cupboard for a suspended lamp. You can have a cable in the middle and incorporating a radio frequency receiver for the control of any automation system or device. the most recent novelty are those micro modules, these small pills, so to speak, that enable us to use other measurements other than 45 by 45. Right now we can, with these micro modules, they can be put behind the electric device, whatever they want to use, whether it's a new facility or already an existing one. They can be those micro modules can be integrated into it. It can be hidden between a connection cupboard. There are different assembly and mounting possibilities. Regarding the concept, it relates through the protocol that we mentioned with all the other devices. We can program the whole system in order to save energy, to optimize energy consumption. And another interesting device to save energy is the magnetic devices that can be used as intrusion detection as soon as a window or a door is opened in order to air the home. The heat turns off or goes to standby in order to optimize energy consumption. Regarding safety and security, we have break-in detection, and everything is wireless technology. It is fed through autonomous or independent batteries. This is the alarm central system for groups 2 and 4, for example, depending on the size of the whole facility. It can be wirelessly controlled through a key ring remote control or through a little display. This is a little more sophisticated because it can give you cumulative data, historical data. And this cox in the middle, aside from being a break-in opening detector, if we link it with the thermostat, it can optimize energy consumption. We have volumetric detectors. We have detectors against the window breaking, water detection, electrical power loss detection, smoke detectors. Signaling is another device.